What are you looking forward to? And what are you quietly dreading? Some women are saying, there's no sense in trying over the summer. There's just too much food around and cold drinks everywhere I go. But I'm dreading how my clothes are going to fit in September already. It's usually said with a laugh and kind of in a lighthearted manner, but secretly they're wishing that it could be different. They're wishing that it didn't have to feel so hard. Since we're halfway through July already, I thought it would be timely to bring back these tried and true summer healthy tips that myself, my clients, and possibly you have been trying and using from summer to summer, albeit not perfectly, but we have been trying them and making progress. Welcome to episode 131, Healthy Summer Tips that can be applied all year round. My name is Clarenda Price from Clarenda's Empowerment Coaching, and I help successful women prioritize their health and get results. Are you experiencing success in your career, family, relationships, yet still struggling with losing weight, especially the fat, and maintaining energy throughout your day? If that's you, and it sounds familiar, then you're in the right place. So let's dive in. Even if you're planning on losing weight, buy a few clothes, like a couple of outfits at least, that you feel good in, rather than waiting until you get to a certain weight or goal. It's important to feel good in your clothes. It's important to feel comfortable. And hating on yourself to get to that goal might get you there, but it probably won't last long and it will feel terrible in the process. I believe that any goal you set, if it's simple and realistic and grounded in kindness, you're not only going to get there, but you're going to feel good while you're getting there. You're going to feel lighter in your mind and body. Often that just starts with the decision to start. Now, this next tip is one of my favorites. You've probably heard me talk about it before, and that is delayed gratification. It's so helpful when you're tempted to eat something, but you know it's not going to support your goals. You know that it's going to add more inches to your waist, put up your blood pressure, quite possibly, interfere with your sleep or your energy. So instead of saying like a harsh no, just try saying, oh, thanks. Okay, that's an option, but I'm going to wait. Maybe later. And then the fun part is when later comes, often you're like, still not really hungry, or it's not really what I want because I really want something else on the other side, like better sleep, better energy in the morning. So I'm good. Maybe another day. Lovingly having your own back is the ultimate win. So maybe you'll decide to have it another day. And then if you do, have your own back again and don't beat yourself up. You're making that decision and liking your reasons, so let it be. But also start practicing the thought that just because it's in front of me or just because others are enjoying it around me doesn't mean that I need to partake. I can still be part of the group without indulging. Next, focus on them and the connection that you have. I've become pickier about when and where I decide to have my exception food, whether it be a meal or a snack. I want the conditions to be right. Like if it's a cool day, I don't need ice cream. I want to enjoy that when it's a really hot day, when I'm not in a rush, when I'm in a beautiful scenery, surroundings, and just enjoy the person that I'm with as well. I don't want to eat ice cream when I'm depressed or when I'm bored. If it's an exception food, I want to enjoy entirely. And if you're one of my clients or have been in the past, remember, you can go through that allowing an urge process that I teach and just see if it's going to dissipate. And then you can think from the higher part of your brain, your prefrontal, and decide if you're going to put it on your plan for some other time or not. Another tip, monitor your self-talk. Don't make yourself wrong, like there's something wrong with you, that you're this healthier person, healthier version of yourself, and yet you still are tempted or you want something that you know is not healthy. We're human. Food is created, and I say created by man, to make it more appealing. So of course it's going to be tempting. We remember how well it tastes. What we can also remember is how it makes us feel after. So you can simply acknowledge that it looks yummy, but it's not for you right now. And if you do decide to have a few bites And after the first or second bite, you can hear that internal chatter happening, saying, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Just stop. Stop and pause and ask yourself, is this what I want to do? And if it's yes, then eat it. And don't let that inner critic keep at you, because then when you're feeling shame and blame, you're going to want to eat more, or you're going to think there's just no use, give up, and just continue to overindulge. Plan for the day. So in my Feel Light, Mind, and Body group, we plan for the day ahead. We don't need to have the full week planned out. You can if you like, but I keep it really simple and doable. We know usually where we're going to be, what's in our fridge, whether we're going to be going out to eat or not, what event is coming up, and we can plan accordingly. We can decide, do we want to have a beverage there? Do we want to have dessert? If so, what if there's quite a few? Are we going to have one or two? You decide one. Oh, but I want two. I can have half of each. So you can decide, am I going to skip the bread basket? Yes, I can do that. Ask yourself a few questions ahead of time so you go into that event feeling empowered, but also not feeling deprived. Because if you really want to have something, you know that you can. One thing once in a while isn't going to put the fat on you, but one thing over and over and over again is absolutely going to have an impact on your health. So it's finding that sweet spot between being like fanatically restrictive or being just all the way going the opposite end and anything goes. As we learn more about the science behind things and it makes sense, it's going to make it easier for your why to be stronger of why you're going to say yes or no to something. For example, knowing the impact that it has on eating closer to bedtime rather than stopping 3 to 4 hours prior to bed. There's so many times I'm like, looks good, but I really want to sleep. And if I have that now and that sugar's in my bloodstream, which is going to increase my insulin, I know that when insulin is in your bloodstream, then your melatonin is going to be decreased. The release of it is going to be decreased. And we need melatonin for sleep. So let's carry on and talk about the sleep tip. It's so important, even in the summertime, to stay in sync with your circadian rhythm. Here in Eastern Canada, it doesn't get dark until 10 o'clock right now. So, when it's getting light at 5:30, we need to take measures to make it darker in our rooms, still get to bed, get to sleep by 10 o'clock so we can sleep until 6, which is your ideal time to be sleeping. Keeping our internal clock regulated is so important because it affects things like your metabolism, hormones, and our immune system. What we eat and when, our activity, stress, temperature, and light exposure all influences this rhythm. What about beverages? Many say, Clarenda, it's summertime. I want to have a cold drink. I want to have a soda or the little umbrella drink or a beer around the pool or at the cottage. Okay, if you choose to, here's a hack to help lessen the impact on your sleep. If you're going to indulge, have it in the afternoon. That way your body won't spend the whole night trying to rid yourself of the neurotoxins and can then focus on the rest, repair, and digestion. And if you're up for it, challenge yourself. See if you can limit to 1 or max 2 and once or max twice a week. Food hacks, there's a lot of them. But let me just share this. Pair your carbs, if possible, the best complex, high-quality carbs, but pair them with fiber, with protein, and a small amount of healthy fats. This will help lower the glucose spikes and the insulin surges. Oh, and eat your fruit rather than drink it. Get the fiber and the satisfaction of chewing. Choose water first or water only. You've heard it before, but don't skim over this one. When you're actually feeling thirsty, it means you're already dehydrated. Dehydration drains your energy, puts more stress on your organs, and creates brain fog. My daughter Bree always knew that whenever she came to me with an ache or a pain, if she had a headache, first thing I would say is, drink some water. Tummy ache, drink some water. And now she carries on with that. Instead of reaching for a pill, she'll reach for water first or check in and just say, have I drank enough water today? Water didn't come easy for her, but having some fruit in the water, like real fruit, and having some cucumbers or lemon in it, and she'd keep the pitcher in the fridge, that's how she was able to increase her water intake. So try that if you aren't already. And I know we go in phases. Sometimes I'll do that, and other times I'll forget about it. But luckily, I now love water. I'm not sure I did so much growing up. I can't quite remember, but I remember being very intentional. And now I have it. Like I have it with me all the time behind here, but this one's almost gone again. And yes, real water, basic water is what's best. The flavored waters, when it says has artificial flavors in it or flavonoids or any of that, you don't know what's in that. There can be multiple ingredients. They don't have to list them. And definitely avoid the ones that end with OSE, the OS, or the TOL. Those are hidden flavors, and you don't want that. Just leave it on the shelf. Don't put it in the cart. You deserve better than that. You want clean energy and healthy organs, especially your biggest one, being your skin. Next, move more. Hot days make it tempting to just laze around. So get up earlier, get out in the fresher air, and you'll be surprised when you're tired and you still get out and move, you're going to actually generate more energy. And when it's hot, you can jump in the pool and move around while you're in the pool. Get the movement happening. Flutter kick, raise your arms up and down underneath the water. Or if you're sitting in a chair, you can lift your legs up and down. You can lift your water bottle up over your head and back. Just keep the movement in. If you have a counter of some sort, aim for 10,000 steps a day. You may not get 10,000, but if you don't aim for it, you won't get there. I have mine set for 15,000. Some days I don't get to it, but that's okay. There's other days I go beyond. Whether it's a watch or a ring, don't use it as a judgment tool. It's simply an assessment tool, and use it as your motivator. Okay, I'm back. Things might look a little different here because there was a computer glitch and everything just started circling. So then I looked and realized it was time to get on with my group coaching call. So we finished. It was a fantastic call. And it leads into the next tip that I have marked here is work with a coach. And why work with a coach in the summertime? Well, not only do I support you, but I also challenge you. You can ask the ladies that I just talked with. I empathize with you, but I don't commiserate. That's what friends are for. My job is to help you get results. I believe in you, and I help you believe in yourself, especially on the hard days. Coaching is the shortcut to getting out of your head. And it's the shortcut on how to get out of the spinning and spiraling cycle that can happen, the all or nothing thinking. A coach also helps you strategize. That's what we did tonight. We planned on, okay, what's this next week coming up? What's going to be the challenges? How are we going to face it? How are we going to overcome it? And how are we going to enjoy ourselves in the process? Enjoy what's there if it's something that you want and it's helping you reach your goal or not going to detract from you reaching your goal, but enjoy the other things around you more. I had them think tonight of when you're going into this next gathering, what is it that you really want to do in that gathering? Do you want to connect with people, or is it all about the food? And if you're more excited about the food than the people, then maybe you're at the wrong party. And I know there's certain things you do have to show up for, but still get curious and think, how can I make this more interesting without having to just get through it by going to the food or the bar or the beverage table, whatever it might be? How can I do it in a way that's going to serve me and allow me to still enjoy myself? It might be simply enjoying the fact that you are growing, you are developing a skill set that last summer you weren't able to do. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I already told them I won't be perfect this coming week. And that leads us into another thing we talked about tonight is refresh your soul with things that aren't food or drinks. Think about what refreshes your mind, body, and spirit. I know for me, it's waterfalls. It is getting out for a walk. Just anything in nature. walking and smelling the flowers. I love all the wildflowers that are out right now. Taking in the scenery, waves if I'm near an ocean or any running water, that really nourishes me. So don't underestimate even short breaks that you can get outside. Kick off your heels or take off your sneakers and put your feet on the ground and just feel grounded, feel connected, and you'll feel more refreshed. You'll feel more filled up. It's when we're feeling empty or bored or a little listless that we will go to food. When our energy is low, we'll look for that perk up. And the last one for today that we talked about in the group as well is to make your life more interesting than food. Yes, the pretty summer drinks and delicious flavors of ice cream, they have their place, but ask yourself, what else is refreshing? What else is really enjoyable for me? Think of all your senses. What fills you up? So this summer, just know that you don't have to break up with the foods that you love unless you choose to, unless you see that there's more benefits to doing so than, the drawbacks that come along when you do let go of some of those foods. You can improve your relationship with food just like you can improve your romantic relationship. You are in charge. You are the one in control, not others, and definitely not the food, even though it feels like it sometimes. I know. So be present, slow down, explore more, have more fun, step out of your comfort zone. You'll feel more alive and satisfied. As we wrap up, keep me in your ear, even if your mind is saying, I'm so off track right now. Even one small shift can change things. And that's better than waiting for perfection. Ask yourself these two simple questions. What did I do yesterday that I want to repeat? Or you can ask yourself that at night as you're going to bed and say, what do I want to do tomorrow that I feel proud of today? Then you can ask something like, what didn't I do today that I want to be more intentional about doing tomorrow and follow through? The bonus is asking, and why? What will be the benefits of doing so? Then the key is sprinkle it with some grace so that you'll carry on. If you found this episode helpful or any of the others, please share it with a friend. I'll be so grateful that you did. And take heart, you don't have to fear food or drinks at the party. Together, we can create a plan that works for your life and your goals. And the best news that you might hear today is that you don't have to beat yourself up to get going again. If you're tired of doing this alone and would like to explore what it would look like to work together privately or in a community of like-minded women, check the show notes. I'm going to drop the link there. That'll be my calendar link. You can choose a time that works best for you. If nothing is there, send me a message and we'll find one that does. Until next time, enjoy this beautiful summer weather, including the needed rainy days.